Hey Virgo! Welcome to your mid-January 2019 tarot and astrology reading. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel if you are a regular here, and please subscribe if you're new for some astrology, tarot. We have a bit of fun here. So, Virgo. I'm trying to phrase this right. So you have a bit of a purge with this full moon. It's a super moon. It's a total lunar eclipse. It's big and it's occurring in your 12th house, which for me is a wonderful thing. Three of Pentacles, recognition. You are recognizing self-sabotaging, toxic behavior, relationships, and releasing them. You're also discovering, for most of you, a bit of a soul purpose. You're having a moment of clarity, a moment of recognition. You're discovering something about yourself that has remained dormant for quite a while. And with the eclipses, you know, going back as far as February 2017, you have actually been reshaping your subconscious, whether you've realized it or not. You've been thinking, you've been discovering spiritual practices, you've been coming into different ideas, having moments of awakening, and you've become a lot stronger for it. You won't really notice the results until, you won't notice how strong you actually become, I think, until March, when the full moon is in your sign. But being spiritually strong is something that you have been going through, whether or not you feel that way right now. So you may feel a bit vulnerable over this lunar eclipse. That's totally fine. You're going to be releasing something or someone in your life that is toxic. And if it is, for example, you know, with Jupiter being in your family sector, if you've had a toxic relationship with someone in your family, there may actually be a very heartwarming and purposeful conversation which illuminates something more wonderful. So if it's family related or someone that you live with, I feel like this can be resolved. If it's a toxic partner, you know, a relationship where you're just unhappy and you bring out the worst in each other, I feel like that may get eclipsed out. For some of you, you may find, as I say, your soul purpose, what it is that you really want to do in this world. Everyone has a soul purpose. With the 12th house, you're going to be having such strange synchronicities. You're going to be seeing certain numbers everywhere, like 333 or 222. You're going to be noticing little signs and weird moments where you think of a person from the past and boom, there they are on your phone. You think of a certain, I don't know, topic, and suddenly you start seeing it everywhere. You decide you want to own a bookstore, and suddenly you start meeting people that tell you they own a bookstore. Do you know what I mean? Crazy synchronicities are coming up. There may be some power struggles, I do feel. 5 of Wands competition. Mars in your 8th house is going up ahead against Saturn in your 5th house of romance. You could be dealing with some power struggles, particularly if you work in the arts. We have King of Wands, Judgment, King of Pentacles. You could be going up against a fire sign, or releasing a fire sign, or moving to the next stage regarding a fire sign, okay? Judgment. Coming to some conclusions about something. It is a power struggle. This is actually Mars in Aries against Saturn in Capricorn. Perfect. Makes sense. Power struggles, yeah. And then it follows with Jupiter trining Jupiter and a much more cozy feel. So let's see, Virgo. I will be going into your relationships in depth in the extended, if you're dealing with a water sign, fire sign, earth sign, air sign, or whatever. I mean, I say whatever, there's nobody else. But sure. I know that you guys are quite particular and you don't like the whole whatever thing, so I'll stop. Death card, transformation. 8th house energy, Mars is in your 8th house all month. You are going through it. You are coming out the other end, though. You're going through a deep transformation. And as I say, you might not realize this until you look back of it. I think sometimes transformations happen in hindsight. You can be going along day by day and you can think, I'm really positive today, I'm really good. And then the next day you could be like, I really hurt from that experience. You encounter people that trigger feelings of a past person. That's fine. Chiron is in your 7th house of partnerships and old wounds. So is Neptune. Yeah, transformation and partnerships. Wheel of Fortune. You fear the synchronicities and the destiny. They make you uncomfortable. They make you feel a bit out of tune, a bit spooked, a bit scared maybe. 3 of Pentacles, recognition. That came up before. You are recognizing certain things about yourself, certain talents. Knight of Cups. Romance is in the challenge position, as I say. Healing old wounds. Feeling as though people aren't emotionally consistent with you this month. And the Page of Wands, creativity as the outcome. Could be a fire sign in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. As I say, I think you're having a bit of a power struggle with people romantically. That 5th house energy, which is so beautiful, which is so wonderful for you. Saturn being there means that you have to learn lessons. It has been a cycle. It has been enlightening. It has been tough. I'm not going to water that down for you. I know that you've felt as though power struggles are in your relationship. You have felt like strange things have happened with your relationship, strange synchronicities. God, that's dark. Hang on. There we go. So light them up. There we go. You have felt as though fate has been unkind in certain romantic affairs or circumstances with your partnerships. What's underneath though? The Hanged Man. Limbo. Can you limbo? How low can you go? How low can they go? Tough one to answer actually. I feel like people have possibly gone lower than you thought they could have over the last 2 years. Limbo. Especially if it was an Aries. Some of you father relationship, actually. Some of your father relationship gets healed, so bear that in mind. Or you're in the process of that this year, healing a father relationship. I don't know. So, transformation makes you feel uncomfortable, especially when you keep getting these weird signs. You're trying to recognize them, but your heart's a bit confused, conflicted about people in your life, maybe even Scorpios in your life, Virgo. Bit confused, bit conflicted, bit unsure, bit uncertain. Very strong Scorpio energy with these two, but we also have Leo energy. Okay, so that can represent that lunar eclipse. Supermoon lunar eclipse. Supermoon total lunar eclipse, full moon. Big energy. Big awakening. You're being reborn. You're being reborn. That's exciting. Death in the sun. You're transforming into a more carefree, positive, optimistic person. You are healing old wounds from childhood. That 4th house energy with Jupiter, Mars trining Jupiter, you're opening up to your family and you're healing something. You're healing an old trauma, an old relationship that's hurt you. You're scared of being alone, but you're also scared of being out of control. I get that. It's very Virgo. Chariot in the positive position, movement. We're making moves. You're making money move, actually. 3 of Pentacles, recognition in the Chariot. You're being recognized for your work, your dedication. The Moon, if you're dealing with a Pisces person, you're feeling a power struggle there. You're feeling at odds with people because you know they're not giving you the full truth. You know they're not giving you 100%, and there is a power struggle. 5 of Wands, Page of Wands, especially if a fire sign or somebody younger than you. So 9 of Wands, you're on the defensive about it. So in some circumstances, it's a bit of a mixed bag in some ways. You're getting recognized in the workplace, for sure. You're going through a deep healing transformation, which is really beautiful. And you don't have to do anything per se, Virgo, just let the energies do what they may. Sometimes, you know, the stuff has to rise to the surface before you can work with it, okay? So when the ship goes under, certain things will rise to the surface. And though the ship's gone under and you might not necessarily bring the whole thing back up because you can't, and it will always be with you in certain ways, there will be things coming to the surface which you can recognize and deal with, okay? So It's kind of like dealing with the floating parts of a shipwreck. But at the same time, the important stuff is actually, going on within you. You kind of have to go a bit deep for this. The Moon card, something's hidden. Something is quite different about someone you're dealing with. Your subconscious 12th house is telling you so. There's a romantic wound that you need to heal this eclipse, because it's something that's moved from your romance into your subconscious. So it's a subconscious pattern. It's something that's probably gone on since childhood. So for some of you, it's actually 21 years in the making. So it is a bit of a, but you're being inspired by this to make moves, to make money, to make a better life for yourself. So you're actually dealing with this better than some of the other signs are in terms of working on it. You're really becoming a little bit more like a Leo. And I know you've done that cycle. Virgo's after Leo in the astrological wheel. You've done your time as a Leo. You're not as flashy anymore, but you could be having a flashy moment. Now, that's mostly because of the Capricorn influences. When the sun moves into Aquarius, I very much feel as though you will be nose to the grindstone and getting recognized, because it's your 6th house. You'll be getting recognized in the workplace. Thumbs up. You deserve it. You've made something very significant happen. Let me see. 5 of Cups, sadness. You've transformed grief into something spectacular. You've brought light out of a dark situation. 7 of Cups, possibilities. Queen of Wands in the positive position, passion. Challenge is the 6 of Wands. And the outcome is the Queen of Swords. Okay, 9 of Pentacles underneath, gratitude. So we have 2 queens here. You have a lot of feminine support, Virgo. You seem to be dealing with, we're going to go into this in the extended if you want to join, but I'll touch on it now. Queen of Swords, you're coming face to face with power struggles in a few areas. You're being recognized by a female in the workplace or business dealing with a female. Queen of Wands could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person, very passionate, really wants to help. They rely on you being emotionally open, so this opening up is going to be important to you around the 27th of the month, opening up and speaking your truth. You have an opportunity to put some level of work forward or put your heart forward. Maybe somebody asks you to tell them how you're feeling, I think. And you can say, so the 5 of Cups here, Death card, the Sun, you have been really, really, really hurting about something or someone, and it lights up for you, okay? I also get this tremendous I kind of get the feeling that you question it. It's as almost as right. It's, to be honest, it's as if you do something very successful and you get recognized. But on the other hand, you kind of downplay it or imposter syndrome. This is what this is. It's imposter syndrome. Knight of Cups, the Moon, the 6 of Wands. Imposter syndrome. You don't feel like you truly deserve your success or the accolades that come with this. Okay? So, someone is getting on your nerves because inwardly you feel like an imposter. And this is somebody who is okay with saying controversial things. They're okay with being successful. They're not afraid of other people's opinions, and they're irritating you this month. It could be an air sign, actually. It could be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You have competition for certain accolades, and the difference is you feel you don't deserve them, they feel they do. So you could be self-sacrificing a position you deserve because you feel like you don't. The Nine of Pentacles, the law of gratitude. If you do not appreciate something, it will be taken away. Okay? Focus your appreciation massively, please, on what it is you want and what you're offered. You will not be offered something this month that you don't deserve already. Okay, Virgo? You've worked very hard for something. You've actually overcome massive obstacles to get this offer. So don't give it up for someone else to take. Whew. This is actually quite an interesting reading. Okay, so Queen of Swords. You know, I look at the Death card and the Sun, and I think this is a transformation that brings you out to the other end. Oopsies. Page of Cups. Okay, so there's, for males in particular, you're dealing with a romantic interest who is very hard to read. They're very untypical. Untypical is not a word, is it? Oh, they're very different. They're very quirky than people you deal with. As a female, this could be a male as well, but as a female, I feel like this is somebody who's very hard to read, very no-nonsense, very sharp, very witty, good-humoured. But they don't give a lot away emotionally. They may have a lot of love interests from people. Like, they might have a lot of people after them. They seem to be opening to you a little, but they also seem to be someone that does not give away their feelings. So you're confused, you're conflicted about this person, and you're also wondering who else they're talking to. In some circumstances, you may have a fire sign who's interested in you, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I feel as though this Queen of Swords person, who could be air, but the Knight of Cups and the Moon suggests Pisces or water, you are wondering where this could go. 2 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 4 of Wands. It could have been grief for you. At the end of a long-term relationship, I don't feel like you're mentally secure under this eclipse energy, and I feel as though you can't see the wood for the trees and you don't know what direction to go with a lot of things. The Hangman came out earlier. I think you should wait it out until the eclipse energy has passed. If you're going to make massive moves in romance in the later half of the month, I recommend waiting until the 27th. Because that power struggle between Mars and Saturn will have transformed into Mars and Jupiter being really beautiful. So I kind of feel like if you're going to talk to somebody about romance or your feelings, leave it till then when everything's a bit more warm and fuzzy. Because you're kind of going through this big shift emotionally, and you may be trying to latch yourself onto people who make you feel less than. Do you understand what I'm saying? You may be shifting your focus too much on people that seem unavailable because you're actually subconsciously trying to prove to yourself that it's not meant to work. It's like emotional baggage is coming through over this full moon. So if you can avoid romance over the full moon in some way, maybe do. 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, because your luck and achievement will come after that. You're going to be very financially successful. I can see that. But romantically speaking, be careful of speaking too much because you'll be coming across super vulnerable. You may even come across as needy under this transit, and you may come across also as super critical. I'm going to clarify this Queen of Wands too. I will go into her in the extended, etc. But 4 of Cups and boredom. There's a fire sign that likes you, but you're not necessarily mad about them. You're not necessarily excited by them. You're excited by somebody who seems a bit emotionally distant. It doesn't mean they're emotionally unavailable, but you're also a little bit wary. Power struggles. There's a bit of power struggles, but they will ease. They will subside. You'll be fine. It will be good. Okay? So If you want to go into the different signs in the extended Virgo, let me know and I will see you there. If not, I'll see you in February. Bye!